The 1970s television graveyard is littered with ambitious dramas that dared to dream big and died fast. While America was dealing with Watergate paranoia and gas lines, network executives were greenlighting shows that pushed boundaries, challenged audiences, and promptly got their plugs pulled after one brutal season. These weren't your safe family sitcoms. They were bold swings that struck out spectacularly. Number 14. Con, 1975. The premise: a Chinese-American private detective solved crimes from San Francisco's Chinatown with the help of his college-educated children. CBS's 1975 attempt at diversity imploded before it even began. 4 episodes were aired in February 1975 on CBS. All 7 of the produced episodes were aired during its Australian broadcast run on Channel 7 in 1976. The network faced immediate controversy when Asian American groups accused star Ki Deeg of passing as Asian, ironic given Hollywood's long history of casting white actors in yellowface. Dee, who'd made his career playing villains like Wo Fat on Hawaii Five-0, defended his mixed heritage while insisting on no screen credit for the title role. Production was cursed from day one. Based on poor critical responses, Con, the episode originally scheduled to be broadcast first, was pulled 4 hours before the premiere. The pilot episode, Mask of Deceit, limped onto screens instead, setting the tone for disaster. Network executives panicked when the first episode tanked, hastily announcing cancellation after just 2 airings. Audiences rejected the show's Charlie Chan-inspired detective work, with Con placing 59th out of 60 shows for the week of February 10th to 16th, 1975, ahead of only Kung Fu. Critics savaged the stilted dialogue and stereotypical plotting, while Asian American advocacy groups continued protesting Deeg's casting throughout the brief run. The unforgettable moment: Con's interrogation techniques in Gift of Anger, where traditional wisdom meets modern police procedure, a cultural collision that felt forced rather than authentic. CBS spent $400,000 on 7 episodes, but earned virtually nothing in syndication. The show's failure effectively ended serious attempts at Asian American detective series for the next decade. 3 unaired episodes moldered in vaults until Australian television gave them their only broadcast, proving that some shows are too broken even for desperate international buyers. 13. Apple's Way, 1974. The premise: a Los Angeles architect moved his family to small-town Iowa, seeking refuge from urban chaos in a working grist mill. Earl Hamner Jr.'s follow-up to The Waltons tried to capture 1970s environmental consciousness by transplanting a modern family to rural America. Apple's Way is an American drama television series that aired on CBS from February 10, 1974 to January 12, 1975. The series featured Ronnie Cox, fresh from Deliverance, as patriarch George Apple, leading his brood from California to the fictional town of Appleton, Iowa, founded by his own ancestors. CBS executives worried the show was too obviously derivative of Hamner's own Waltons, demanding script changes that emphasized contemporary social issues over rural nostalgia. The concept was rebooted in the 2nd season to focus on plots that dealt more with such issues, such as freedom of speech, drug use, terminal illness, as opposed to the more rural-specific plots of the 1st season. The series struggled against NBC's The Wonderful World of Disney and ABC's The FBI, bleeding viewers weekly. Critics dismissed it as Waltons in polyester, while audiences couldn't connect with the Apple family's privileged problems. The series did not gain the ratings CBS had hoped for, partly because it had to compete with NBC's long-running top 20 hit, The Wonderful World of Disney. Young Christy McNichol joined the cast for season 2, but even her future star power couldn't salvage the sinking ship. The unforgettable moment: George Apple's tree-sitting protest in The Environmentalist, where suburban activism meets small-town skepticism, perfectly capturing 1970s eco-anxiety. CBS invested heavily in the series' mill location and period detail, but production costs exceeded $50,000 per episode without generating sufficient advertising revenue. The show's cancellation marked the end of Hamner's brief dominance at CBS and proved that even successful creators couldn't automatically replicate their magic. Apple's Way became a cautionary tale about family drama oversaturation. Hot L. Baltimore, 1975. The premise: prostitutes, illegal immigrants, and society's outcasts inhabited a seedy Baltimore hotel where the neon E had burned out years ago. Norman Lear's most controversial creation pushed 1970s television to its absolute breaking point. The show takes place in the fictional Hotel Baltimore in Baltimore, Maryland, and draws its title from the cheap establishment's neon marquee, which has a burned-out letter E, adapted from Lanford Wilson. Off-Broadway hit, the series featured two primary characters who were prostitutes, one of whom was an illegal immigrant and one of the first gay couples to be depicted on an American television series. ABC supported the project with unprecedented publicity, but network affiliates immediately balked at the adult content. Because of the subject matter, the show was the first ABC network show to have a warning at its opening, cautioning viewers about mature themes. Conservative groups organized boycotts while liberal critics praised its realism, creating a cultural battleground that ratings couldn't survive. The ensemble cast included future stars James Cromwell and Conchata Ferrell, who brought humanity to characters typically dismissed as social detritus. The network supported the show and gave it a full publicity campaign, but it failed to win an audience and was canceled after 13 episodes. Lear later defended the series as terrific, blaming American prudishness for its failure. The unforgettable moment, April Green's Conchata Ferrell philosophical exchange with hotel clerk Bill about motorcycle metaphors and personal relationships, proving that wisdom could emerge from unexpected places. ABC spent $1.2 million producing the series, but lost advertising revenue when sponsors fled the controversy. The show's failure temporarily ended Lear's reign as television's most daring producer and demonstrated that even his golden touch had limits. Hot L. Baltimore remains a fascinating artifact of 1970s boundary pushing that arrived just slightly too early for its time. 11. Karen, 1975. The premise: fresh from Room 222's success, Karen Valentine starred as an idealistic lobbyist working for a consumer advocacy group in Washington, D.C. ABC's attempt to transform Emmy winner Karen Valentine into a sitcom star collapsed under the weight of impossible expectations. Karen is an American sitcom that aired on ABC beginning in January 1975. A mid-season replacement, Karen was designed as a starring vehicle for actress Karen Valentine. Created by Gene Reynolds and Larry Gelbart, the MASH masterminds, the series placed Valentine's character at Open America, a liberal citizens' lobby fighting corporate corruption. The production suffered from creator confusion. Reynolds and Gelbart were already overwhelmed with MASH duties and shouldn't have tackled another series. 3 previous pilots had failed to launch Valentine's solo career, making Karen her final chance at stardom. Gelbart later admitted, "We did Karen because the network was anxious to get Karen Valentine on in something, and they asked us to do it. What can I say? We shouldn't have done it." Critics praised the show's sharp dialogue and sophisticated humor, but audiences couldn't accept Valentine as anything other than the sweet student teacher from Room 222. The show was canceled after 4 months due to low ratings. Cecil Smith of the Los Angeles Times mourned its loss. Karen, it seems to me, has the sharpest and brightest dialogue on television, but maybe it's a loser because its sophistication doesn't really jibe with the Little Bo Beep image of Karen Valentine. The unforgettable moment: Karen's confrontation with a corrupt congressman in the Capitol building, showcasing Valentine's attempt to mature beyond her ingenue image, an evolution audiences rejected. ABC and 20th Century Fox invested over $800,000 in Karen's production and promotion, but the series generated minimal advertising revenue during its Thursday night death slot. Valentine's career never recovered from the failure, and she spent the remainder of the decade in Disney films and TV movies. Karen proved that Emmy success doesn't automatically translate to leading lady stardom. 10. Beacon Hill, 1975. The premise, a Downton Abbey-style epic about Boston's wealthy Lassiter family and their Irish servants in 1918, complete with upstairs-downstairs class tensions. CBS's attempt to create an American upstairs-downstairs began with grand ambitions and studio-level production values. The series focused on the wealthy Lassiter family during post-World War I Boston, exploring themes of class conflict, labor unrest, and social change. Network executives envisioned a prestige drama that could compete with British imports while showcasing American historical complexity. Production costs spiraled immediately when CBS demanded authentic period detail for costumes, sets, and locations. The pilot episode alone consumed $750,000, more than most series' entire first seasons. Studio executives hired respected theater actors, including Nancy Marchand and David Burney, expecting their dramatic credentials to elevate the material above standard soap opera melodrama. The series premiered to respectable ratings, but quickly lost momentum as audiences found the pacing too slow and characters too unsympathetic. Critics appreciated the production values, but criticized the heavy-handed social commentary and predictable plot lines. The wealthy Lassiters seemed disconnected from 1970s concerns, while their servants' struggles felt like historical tourism rather than relevant drama. The unforgettable moment, the Lassiter mansion's elaborate dinner party sequence where class tensions exploded into open confrontation, demonstrating the series' visual splendor and narrative shortcomings simultaneously. CBS canceled Beacon Hill after 13 episodes, having invested over $5 million in a failed attempt to capture masterpiece theater prestige. The series' failure convinced networks that American audiences preferred contemporary settings to historical dramas. Beacon Hill's expensive collapse marked the end of ambitious period television until the 1980s. Petrocelli, 1974. The premise: a Harvard-educated lawyer practiced in the rural Southwest, defending clients in a cowboy hat and driving a pickup truck to court. NBC's unlikely legal drama combined Perry Mason courtroom theatrics with Easy Rider counterculture sensibilities. Barry Newman reprinted his film role as Tony Petrocelli, the fish-out-of-water attorney who'd moved from Boston to Arizona seeking authentic American experience. The series emphasized culture, clash comedy alongside serious legal drama, with Petrocelli's Harvard credentials constantly challenged by desert justice. The show benefited from location filming in Arizona, giving it visual authenticity that most legal dramas lacked. Newman's performance balanced intellectual sophistication with blue-collar accessibility, making Petrocelli both credible as a lawyer and appealing as a rebel. The supporting cast included Susan Howard as his wife Maggie and Albert Salmi as Sheriff Pete Ritter, creating a small-town ensemble around the central legal cases. NBC promoted the series heavily, hoping to capture both urban sophistication and rural authenticity in one compelling package. Early episodes delivered solid ratings, with viewers responding to the show's unique setting and Newman's charismatic performance. The legal cases mixed standard murder mysteries with contemporary social issues, from environmental protection to Native American rights. The unforgettable moment: Petrocelli's closing argument in a pollution case, delivered in dusty courthouse where corporate lawyers' suits contrasted sharply with his casual Western wear, embodying the series' cultural collision premise. Despite initial promise, Petrocelli couldn't maintain its audience against stronger competition. NBC moved the series multiple times, destroying any ratings momentum it had built. The show was canceled after 2 seasons, having cost $2.8 million, but failing to establish a sustainable audience. Petrocelli proved that unique concepts required consistent scheduling to succeed. 8. The Family Holvac, 1975. The premise: a Depression-era minister and his family struggled through hard times in rural America, emphasizing faith over material wealth. NBC's inspirational drama attempted to capture the Waltons' family appeal with religious overtones and social consciousness. Glenn Ford starred as Reverend Tom Holvac, a compassionate preacher leading his family through 1930s hardships while maintaining their faith and dignity. The series emphasized moral lessons alongside period authenticity, creating a wholesome alternative to grittier 1970s programming. Production values impressed critics, with careful attention to Depression-era detail in costumes, sets, and dialogue. Julie Harris co-starred as Holvac's wife Elizabeth, bringing theatrical credibility to the rural setting. The supporting cast included young actors who would later find success, creating believable family dynamics within the period framework. NBC scheduled the series against tough competition, expecting its inspirational content to attract viewers seeking positive family entertainment. Early episodes tackled serious issues including poverty, prejudice, and social justice, while maintaining optimistic tone throughout. The writing balanced historical accuracy with contemporary relevance, addressing 1970s concerns through 1930s settings. Critics praised the series' sincerity and production quality, but questioned its commercial viability in an increasingly cynical television landscape. Audiences appreciated the wholesome content, but couldn't maintain viewing loyalty against more exciting competition. Religious groups endorsed the series, but their support couldn't translate into sufficient ratings. The Unforgettable Moment: Reverend Holvac's sermon about economic inequality during the town's foreclosure crisis, where moral authority challenged financial power, reflecting both 1930s and 1970s anxieties. NBC canceled The Family Holvac after one season, having invested $3.2 million in production costs without achieving profitable ratings. The series' failure demonstrated that inspirational content required more than good intentions to succeed. The Family Holvac joined numerous other wholesome dramas that couldn't compete with television's evolving appetite for complexity. 7. The Fitzpatricks, 1977. The premise: a middle-class Irish Catholic family in suburban Detroit faced modern challenges while maintaining traditional values. CBS's family drama tried to update Father Knows Best formulas for changing American demographics. Burt Kramer starred as Mike Fitzpatrick, a steelworker raising 4 children with wife Maggie, Mary Claire Costello, in a blue-collar neighborhood. The series emphasized ethnic identity and working-class values during a decade when television was discovering diverse family structures. The show tackled contemporary issues including unemployment, teenage pregnancy, and urban decay through the lens of Catholic family values. Writers attempted to balance traditional morality with social realism, creating storylines that addressed serious problems without abandoning optimistic conclusions. The Fitzpatrick children represented different generational perspectives, from rebellious teenagers to innocent youngsters. CBS promoted the series as authentic working-class drama, contrasting with wealthier television families that dominated prime time. Early episodes delivered respectable ratings, particularly among Catholic and ethnic viewers who recognized their own experiences in the Fitzpatrick struggles. Critics appreciated the series' blue-collar perspective, but questioned its dramatic sophistication. Production costs remained reasonable due to single-set filming and minimal location work. The series relied on character development and dialogue rather than expensive production values, creating intimate family drama within studio constraints. Guest stars included future television regulars who brought additional credibility to the working-class setting. The Unforgettable Moment: Mike Fitzpatrick's confrontation with his son about Vietnam War service, where family loyalty conflicted with political principles, capturing the generational tensions dividing 1970s America. CBS canceled The Fitzpatricks after 13 episodes, despite positive critical response and moderate ratings. The series couldn't compete with more sensational programming that attracted larger audiences. The Fitzpatricks proved that sincere family drama required exceptional writing to survive television's increasingly competitive environment. Chapter 6. Executive Suite, 1976. The premise, corporate intrigue and boardroom battles, dominated this adaptation of the successful novel and film about high-stakes business drama. CBS attempted to bring Dallas-style soap opera to corporate America before Dallas actually existed. Mitchell Ryan starred as Don Walling, president of Cardway Corporation, navigating office politics and industrial espionage in sophisticated urban settings. The series emphasized white-collar drama over family relationships, focusing on power struggles within Fortune 500 environments. The show featured impressive production values with authentic corporate locations and expensive business attire, creating visual sophistication. The ensemble cast included experienced television performers who brought credibility to boardroom confrontations and executive maneuvering. Writers drew from contemporary business scandals, creating storylines that reflected real corporate controversies. CBS scheduled Executive Suite during prime time, expecting viewers to embrace adult drama about professional rather than personal conflicts. Early episodes delivered solid ratings among upscale demographics, with advertisers appreciating the series' wealthy character settings. Critics praised the series' maturity but questioned its broad appeal beyond executive audiences. The series tackled serious issues including corporate responsibility, environmental protection, and business ethics during an era when such topics were becoming politically significant. Episodes explored the human cost of profit-driven decisions while maintaining entertainment value through personal conflicts and romantic subplots. The Unforgettable Moment, the hostile takeover sequence where corporate loyalty was tested through financial pressure, demonstrating the series' sophisticated approach to business drama, years before such storylines became television staples. CBS canceled Executive Suite after one season, despite critical acclaim and advertiser support. The series couldn't attract sufficient mass audience to justify production costs exceeding $85,000 per episode. Executive Suite proved that sophisticated adult drama required broader appeal to survive network television's commercial demands. 5. Code R, 1977. The premise: emergency responders on a California island faced natural disasters and medical crises with limited resources and maximum dedication. CBS's action-adventure series combined emergency medical drama with island adventure formatting. James Houghton, Martin Cove, and Joan Freeman starred as the emergency response team serving Channel Island residents and visitors. The series emphasized rescue operations and medical procedures while showcasing California's scenic coastal geography. Production benefited from authentic emergency equipment and real rescue techniques, creating credible action sequences that impressed both critics and emergency professionals. The island setting provided unique challenges for standard rescue scenarios, from cliff rescues to boat emergencies, requiring specialized skills and equipment. Writers collaborated with actual emergency responders to ensure procedural accuracy. CBS promoted Code R as family-friendly adventure programming, hoping to capture both adult viewers and younger audiences interested in rescue operations. Early episodes delivered moderate ratings, with viewers responding to the series' positive portrayal of public service and heroic characters. The action sequences provided excitement, while educational content satisfied parents. The ensemble cast developed convincing teamwork dynamics, with each character contributing specialized skills to emergency situations. Guest stars included both victims requiring rescue and visiting experts who provided additional dramatic tension. The series balanced action excitement with character development throughout its brief run. The Unforgettable Moment, the helicopter rescue during a severe storm where personal safety was sacrificed for public duty. demonstrating the series' commitment to heroic service values. CBS canceled Code R after 13 episodes, citing insufficient ratings despite positive critical response. The series cost $75,000 per episode, including location expenses and specialized equipment. Code R's failure proved that even well-intentioned action programming required broader audience appeal to succeed in competitive television markets. Chagger 4. Spencer's Pilots, 1976. The premise: charter pilots in Southern California flew dangerous missions while navigating personal relationships and professional rivalries. CBS's aviation adventure series tried to capture the glamour of flying during the post-Vietnam era, when pilots were transitioning from military to civilian careers. Gene Evans, Christopher Stone, and Todd Sussman starred as the Spencer aviation team, taking on charter flights that inevitably involved danger and intrigue. The series emphasized aerial action alongside character drama. The show featured authentic aircraft and flying sequences that impressed aviation enthusiasts and critics alike. Production costs escalated due to expensive aerial filming and aircraft rental fees, but the visual spectacular provided unique television entertainment. The series showcased various California locations, from mountain ranges to ocean coastlines. CBS scheduled Spencer's Pilots hoping to attract viewers interested in action-adventure programming with modern settings. Early episodes delivered respectable ratings, particularly among male demographics who appreciated the aviation authenticity and action sequences. Critics praised the aerial photography while questioning the dramatic sophistication of ground-based storylines. The ensemble cast brought different flying specialties to rescue missions and charter operations, creating diverse adventure opportunities each week. Guest stars included both clients requiring transportation and aviation professionals who added technical credibility to flying sequences. The series balanced action excitement with workplace relationships. The unforgettable moment: the emergency landing sequence during instrument failure, where pilot skill overcame mechanical problems, showcasing both technical accuracy and dramatic tension. CBS canceled Spencer's Pilots after one season, having invested over $4 million in production costs, including aircraft expenses. The series couldn't generate sufficient advertising revenue to justify the expensive aerial filming requirements. Spencer's Pilots proved that spectacular action sequences required strong dramatic support to sustain audience interest. 3. Westside Medical, 1977. The premise: young doctors served an inner-city community clinic, treating medical emergencies while confronting urban social problems. ABC's medical drama attempted to bring Marcus Welby-style medical storytelling to contemporary urban settings. James Sloyan, Linda Carlson, and Ernest Thompson starred as the dedicated physicians treating low-income patients in challenging city environments. The series emphasized social medicine over surgical spectacle, focusing on healthcare accessibility and community service. The show tackled serious urban issues including drug addiction, poverty, and violence through medical case studies that reflected real inner-city healthcare challenges. Writers consulted with actual community clinic physicians to ensure medical accuracy and social authenticity. The series balanced medical procedures with social commentary throughout each episode. ABC promoted Westside Medical as socially conscious programming that addressed contemporary healthcare inequities while entertaining viewers with medical drama. Early episodes received positive critical response, with healthcare professionals praising the series' realistic portrayal of community medicine challenges. Ratings remained moderate among urban demographics. Production costs remained reasonable due to limited location filming and studio-based medical sets. The series relied on character development and social issues rather than expensive medical equipment or surgical sequences. Guest stars included both patients requiring treatment and community leaders addressing healthcare policy. The unforgettable moment: the emergency room sequence during a gang violence outbreak where medical neutrality confronted street warfare, demonstrating the series' commitment to urban realism. ABC canceled Westside Medical after one season, despite positive critical response and healthcare community support. The series couldn't attract sufficient mainstream audience to justify continued production. Westside Medical proved that socially conscious medical drama required broader entertainment value to succeed in competitive television markets. Fish, 1977. The premise, Abe Vigoda's Detective Fish. From Barney Miller became a foster parent, caring for troubled children while adjusting to retirement. ABC's spin-off sitcom transformed Barney Miller's most beloved supporting character into a family man facing new challenges. Fish is a sitcom that aired on ABC from February 5, 1977 to June 8, 1978. Abe Vigoda reprised his role as Detective Phil Fish, now retired and operating a foster home with wife Bernice, Florence Stanley. The series mixed Fish's deadpan humor with heartwarming family situations. The show faced immediate production challenges when Vigoda's health concerns limited his availability for lengthy filming schedules. Writers adjusted storylines to accommodate his physical limitations while maintaining the character's essential personality traits. The supporting cast of foster children provided energy and conflict that balanced Fish's more subdued performance style. ABC expected the series to inherit Barney Miller's audience loyalty while attracting viewers interested in family programming. Early episodes delivered solid ratings, with fans appreciating Fish's continued development beyond the police precinct setting. Critics questioned whether the character could sustain an entire series without his police colleagues. The series tackled serious issues, including child welfare, foster care challenges, and retirement adjustment through Fish's unique perspective. Episodes balanced comedy with social issues, creating storylines that addressed contemporary family problems while maintaining entertainment value. The foster children characters represented diverse backgrounds and behavioral challenges. The unforgettable moment, Fish's patient explanation of street wisdom to a troubled foster child, where police experience informed parental guidance, demonstrating the character's evolution from cop to father figure. ABC canceled Fish after 2 seasons, citing declining ratings and Vigoda's health limitations. The series cost $45,000 per episode, but couldn't generate sufficient advertising revenue. Fish proved that successful spin-offs required more than character popularity to sustain independent series success. 1. Del Vecchio, 1976. The premise, a cerebral police detective used psychology and intellect rather than violence to solve crimes in Los Angeles. CBS's police procedural starring Judd Hirsch attempted to create a thinking man's cop show during television's action-heavy crime period. Detective Dominic Del Vecchio combined street smarts with academic psychology, solving cases through character analysis rather than car chases. The series emphasized mental investigation over physical confrontation, creating unique crime drama during an era dominated by action-oriented police shows. Hirsch brought theatrical credibility to television detective work, creating a character who relied on observation and deduction rather than traditional police methods. The series featured realistic Los Angeles locations and authentic police procedures while maintaining intellectual sophistication throughout each investigation. Supporting characters included fellow detectives who provided different investigative approaches. CBS scheduled Del Vecchio, hoping to attract viewers seeking intelligent crime drama alternative to standard police action programming. Early episodes delivered respectable ratings among educated demographics, with critics praising Hirsch's performance and the series' psychological approach to detective work. The show distinguished itself through character development and investigative methodology. The series tackled complex criminal psychology while avoiding sensationalistic violence that characterized many contemporary police dramas. Writers emphasized motivation and behavior analysis, creating storylines that explored criminal thinking through Del Vecchio's academic perspective. Cases ranged from domestic violence to white-collar crime, showcasing diverse investigative challenges. The unforgettable moment, Del Vecchio's psychological profile revelation that exposed the killer's motivation through behavioral analysis, demonstrating the series' intellectual approach to crime solving. CBS canceled Del Vecchio after one season, despite critical acclaim and Hirsch's strong performance. The series couldn't attract sufficient mass audience to compete with more action-oriented police programming. Del Vecchio proved that intellectual crime drama required exceptional writing and promotion to succeed against television's preference for spectacular action sequences. These 14 one-season wonders represent television's most ambitious failures, shows that dared to be different and paid the ultimate price. From Khan's diversity experiment to Del Vecchio's intellectual crime solving, each series pushed boundaries that 1970s audiences weren't ready to cross. Their failures paved the way for future successes, proving that innovation requires both courage and perfect timing. Which of these lost gems deserved a longer life, and what forgotten failure still haunts your late-night viewing memories? Drop a comment below and defend your favorite one-season wonder, because sometimes the shows that die young burn brightest in television history.